Hello, Sand Shark fans. My name is Mitchell Meagle. We're here for the second episode of Sand Shark Bites, and we're here with head coach Jay Harris. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So let's dive right into it. So we open the season 1-0. That sounds pretty good. And starting off like last year where y'all started 4-0. Hopefully we can continue that. So let's kind of recap that Weber International 4-1 victory, 4 different goal scorers. Can you talk about your overall thoughts from that one?
Overall, I think the team done a great job in executing what we had practiced, our game plan, taking it out on the field. The product on the field really looked like what we had worked on. We really looked like a team. It was a collective unit that really stepped out defensively and offensively, executing how we want to move, where we want to go with the ball. And first half was obviously extremely good in finishing and the chances that were created. Second half, we continued to create, more so than the first half, even though the game was probably a little more even. We just didn't finish the chances, which can happen in soccer. We gave up a soft goal that should never happen, but we have to learn and we have to grow. So extremely happy with the first game coming out in conference.
And I think one thing that you were just alluding to, the first half, there was obviously a lot of chances. There were a lot of chances in that second half. It seemed like there was a lot of long balls going into the box, a lot more cleaner opportunities as opposed to just defensive miscues. Can you talk about how that translated for practice, those crosses into the box and trying to put a head on the ball, and what you've been working on?
I mean, we work on different variations in how to move the ball, depending on the positioning of the defense. It's all. Sometimes you take what you're given. We don't really need to force things, but the decisions, I try and give the players on the field some autonomy to assess, because the picture they see on the field is not what I'm seeing off the field, and they need to learn and they need to grow. So I want them to make decisions based on what they see, and they'll make mistakes the same way I will, but we all learn from it. And so hopefully the mistakes they made and the decision they made, and they'll see the same picture again, and they'll know that the first decision they made is not. So we work on many different things and try and give them as many looks in practice as they will have in a game, and so to get them familiar and where they need to go with the ball depending on what the defensive positioning is.
Let's talk about the defensive side for a little bit. The two center backs, it was their first game and they really impressed Leah as well as Lauren Wood. Can you talk about what they did? They were very aggressive and that really showed. Can you talk about their performances?
Their performances was in line with the whole team. They really led that back line. I think when we spoke in the first episode, I mentioned Leah and Lauren, and they produced as I thought they would. They are two great players, aggressive, comfortable on the ball, and they really set the tone. You want your defenders to set that tone, be aggressive, but not be overly aggressive. Just the level in which they play, the understanding, the interchanging. I mean, it worked. It looks like they've been together longer than they actually have. So Ken and I are extremely excited for the season and the future moving forward with them two playing together.
And you were talking about your wing backs and your wingers and how pivotal it is in this scheme. We said Marcella a lot during the game. She's a petite girl, but she knows how to use that to her advantage. She runs up the field. Maddie also was rotating within that as well. Can you talk about those wing position as well as when Kumar's pushing up the field, as well as Allison Schaefer, and moving from there?
Allison Kumar, I think they deserved awards last year with how well they played. So it comes as no surprise to me. They're gonna, when they step out on the field, they're gonna execute. They're gonna produce. They always put in performances that I'm proud of. They're always gonna give 100%, and the game against Weber was no exception. Maddie is obviously taking a more pivotal role this year than she did last year. Started a few games that will come on as a sub. Now I'm putting more weight and expectation on her with the work that I gave her over the summer to be able to come in. And in the first game, she gets a goal and she caused a lot of problems and was hard for the opposition to handle. And Marcella coming in likewise. I know what she's capable of. I know what she can produce, and we've had many conversations. And she stepped on the field, and you can talk about Lauren and Leah, but it's her too. It's really everyone. She physically, it doesn't matter. She's gonna step to the biggest girl. She's gonna compete. She's gonna battle, and then you put the ball at her foot, and good luck, trying to defend her.
I think the last part that kind of stood out to when we were talking on the broadcast was the fact that you could move those wingers up into the attacking position. So you flip Marcella and Maddie at one point from right wing to left wing, but you're also pulling Lexi up top and putting Sydney Metzold up top. Can you talk about how that versatility helps as a team?
You can have 3-4 players in those attacking positions, and it maybe not working as you would like. And you can keep the same personnel on the field, but just change 2 around or 3 around, and all of a sudden it clicks. You know, having those players be versatile enough to change the positions and know the role, because we've gone over it and over it in practice, is only going to benefit the team. And they showed against Weber that no matter where you put them, they can be effective.
So let's change topics a little bit and let's look at Southeastern. Very familiar, top 5 in the country. What are you looking at for your team going down to Lakeland?
To compete. I'm not worried in any way about us going there and being able to compete with them. I think we're in a great position. We got the players. We've put in the work. You know, the system's in place. I think it's going to be an exciting game, and it's a game, you know, we're going there to try and win. They're a good team. They're a tough team. They're an experienced team, and that's what you've got to get over. They've got some very good quality players that not only have experience in the national tournament, but they have experience playing for their national teams. So, you know, it's about shutting those players down. You need to limit the opportunities that they can create for themselves or their teammates. And I know when we get the ball, we're going to be dangerous.
And then just to expand on that, you're talking about getting the ball and retaining possession, also being strong on defense. How is that practice plan? Has it changed at all this week, knowing that you're playing Southeastern, or how's that changed, if at all?
No. You know, the game against Weber only reinforces what we've been working on. Like I said, I know we can compete with Southeastern or any team in the country. It's about consistency. You know, it's like I said to the girls, the goal we let in, when you play good teams, experienced teams, those goals can be the difference between losing and winning. So we just need to be alert and focused for 90 minutes of the game. You don't have 10 seconds or 1 minute to switch off. We need to be engaged all the time. And I know, as I said, when we get the ball, I know we're going to cause any team in the country problems. It's just about making sure on the defensive side of the ball that we stay compact and we limit the opportunities that we give other teams.
Well, it was definitely a fun match to watch over Weber International. Again, focusing the attention now to Southeastern and going from there. Wish all the best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Kickoff is against Southeastern, and that's on the Sun Digital Network. It's at 5 p.m. in Lakeland. Make sure you stay tuned and watch that, and hopefully come back home with a victory. We'll also be back home here on Wednesday against Warner, so a week from today. So hopefully we can see you out at Finland Field. Like always, Fins up.